Hey, what's going on everyone? Curious Wanderer here. For this video, I want to talk about VTubers. Specifically, if you are an aspiring VTuber, you are probably doing it wrong. Full disclosure, I am not a VTuber, nor do I have any plans at present of trying to become one. However, I have had an interest in VTubers for a good while, and I believe I know what makes them tick. So if you want to be a VTuber, sit back, relax, and hopefully you find this video to be helpful. First of all, in case anyone watching this is new to VTubing or doesn't know what it is, I'll give a general overview of it. I will be talking about some things that have happened in the past, but only in the most general terms, because I have not bothered to research the actual timeline of events. So, what is a VTuber? A VTuber is someone who sits in front of a camera and streams, but instead of the camera showing their face, it captures their movements and facial expressions and transfers them to a digital avatar. The first VTuber to make a splash was Kizuna Ai from Japan. After the initial curiosity of the world faded, she sank into relative obscurity and remained popular mainly in her native Japan. Somewhere along the line, the Japanese VTuber agency Hololive was established. For a while, VTubers remained popular, mostly in Japan. Then, Coco, the legendary dragon of Hololive, joined. Played by a native of Atlanta, Georgia, Coco spoke both English and Japanese fluently, and she served as a bridge between the East and the West. It was because of her that the English branch of Hololive was formed, and from that point on, the popularity of VTubers exploded. Now, a number of people are looking at the massive success of Hololive and saying, I want a piece of that. The problem is that so many people don't understand why exactly VTubers can be so appealing. To explain this, I will talk about regular streamers and VTuber streamers and contrast them. Regular streamers don't use a face cam at all, or they show just their faces on stream along with gameplay. They're not trying to play a role or act a certain way. They're themselves. What you see is what you get. They may talk about the game, talk about politics, talk about world events, or whatever. No masks, no pretenses. For streamers like this, whether or not they gain a following depends on if they have good personalities and are entertaining. VTubers are different. If you are a regular streamer and you say to yourself, I want to be a VTuber, you have a few potential problems. First of all, if you already have an established audience, becoming a VTuber isn't going to really change much. The people you stream for already know who you are. They know your beliefs, your mannerisms, your thought processes, and so on. All you are doing is slapping an avatar over yourself and expecting some massive change. It doesn't work like that. Pokimane found that out. She tried to cash in on the VTuber craze by becoming one herself, but it didn't work, because people didn't tune in to see an avatar. They tuned in to see her react to content while being half naked. On the other hand, some people can get by on personality alone. It is well known among fans of Coco the Dragon that she was played by Kayson. Most of the time, Kayson is a VTuber, but she does show her face on stream on occasion. It doesn't hurt her any because her fans love her, not her avatar. This is a nice segue into my next point. If you have never been on camera before, never streamed before, and you decide to start out as a VTuber, you are not guaranteed success. You can have the cutest, sexiest, or most awesome looking avatar, but if your personality is bland and you aren't very engaging or fun, no one is going to stick around. People might be drawn to your avatar, but ultimately, you determine if they are going to stick around. Since how you act is important, let's discuss what makes for an entertaining VTuber. Have you ever wondered why exactly the girls of Hololive are so successful? There's a reason for that. It's because they don't talk about real-world bullshit. Their only purpose is to entertain, and that is what they stick to. According to the terms of their employment, they are not allowed to discuss politics, world events, and other potentially sensitive or upsetting issues. We got to see a perfect example of this during one of Calliope Mori's streams. Some activist sent her a wall of text in the form of multiple super chats. He was telling her how he was offended when she used the word shekel during an older stream. He was saying that using that word perpetuated negative stereotypes against Jewish people. HoloLive is no place for this horseshit, and Callie knew this. She did not even address the content of his super chats. She told him she hoped that he could get a refund, that her streams were not the place to bring these things up, and that if he had future concerns, they should be directed to her manager. Callie knows how it's done. The moment that you have an avatar created, or that you create one yourself, if you have the talent, you are playing a character. You are no longer yourself. Now, some VTubers are more or less themselves behind the avatar, but they are still giving life to a character. When people watch VTubers, they want to be entertained, not educated, not lectured, not lobbed over the head with a political sledgehammer, etc. I see so many aspiring VTubers on Twitter talking about Black Lives Matter, aka burn, loot, murder, COVID, the elections, voter ID, the latest pretend pronouns, calling people who like lolly characters pedophiles, complaining about sexualization of women in anime, complaining about lack of ethnic diversity in anime, and more. If there's one thing that you take away from this video, let it be this. People don't watch VTubers to hear about any of that bullshit. They just want to be entertained. No one wants to hear the cute fox yokai girl who stumbled into the human world start waxing eloquent on the situation between Russia and Ukraine. Something like that is out of character, and real-world things are precisely what those who tune into VTubers are trying to escape. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.